In this video, we're going to learn how to graph quadratic equations. So let's look at a question to figure out how we do this. And this question is asking us to graph the following quadratic equation by determining the direction of opening, vertex, and x and y intercepts. Now, this quadratic equation is written in standard form, so that means it's written in the form y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. And this is extremely useful for figuring out these qualities of the quadratic function. So let's start by talking about our direction of opening. Quadratics will open up if the a is positive, and they will open down if the a is negative. In this case, our a is equal to -2. So since we have a negative a, that means it will open down. Then we get to our vertex. How we determine our vertex is by using the formula for the axis of symmetry. And that formula is x is equal to -b over 2a. So let's plug in what we know. We know that our b is -6, so negative times -6 over, and our a is -2, so 2 times -2. Our numerator would end up being a +6, and our denominator would be a -4. So that means we're going to get a -1.5. However, that is only the x-coordinate of our vertex. To determine the y-coordinate, we have to plug this in. So when we plug it in, we get y is equal to -2 times -1.5 squared minus 6 times -1.5 plus 8. So this, you can just put it into your calculator to determine what the y-coordinate of the vertex is, and that'll give you a y-coordinate of 12.5. So that means that our vertex is at the point of -1.5, positive 12.5. Then we get to our x-intercepts. Now remember, our x-intercepts can be found by setting our equation equal to 0 and solving for x. So we get 0 is equal to -2x squared minus 6x plus 8. These are all conveniently divisible by -2. So when I divide them all out, I get 0 is equal to x squared plus 3x minus 4. Now we have a simple trinomial, so we need two numbers that multiply to -4 and add to +3. And our numbers end up being +4 and -1. When we plug those back in, we get 0 is equal to x plus 4, x minus 1. And when we solve for x, we get x is equal to -4 and x is equal to +1. Finally, we get to our y-intercept, and this is the easiest one to find because our y-intercept is just equal to our c. So y is equal to 8, and remember the point there is x is equal to 0, y is equal to 8. So we know that our x-intercepts are -4 and +1. Let's put this on our graph. So x is -4 is right there, +1 is right there. We also know that our y-intercept is 0, 8. So we can put that on our graph right there. And we know that our vertex is at -1.5, 12.5. So we're estimating this a little bit, but approximately find -1.5 and positive 12.5. It'll give you a vertex of approximately right there. The last thing we need to do is connect all of these points in a U And as a confirmation, this does open down, so it fits the direction of opening. And we have our graph of our quadratic function.